Good morning, world. So it's a new morning. We watched The Martian yesterday, and it was actually a good movie. I'm pretty impressed because I didn't think it would be, but it was. You should probably watch it if you haven't already. I'm still of the firm opinion that Maleficent is still the best movie in like forever, because I love it. And that got me thinking, a bit of a rant, I guess. Nah, it's not. It's just an opinion. I've seen a lot of guys, like extremist meninists, I guess, saying that Maleficent and Frozen and some few other examples are like feminazi blah 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 propaganda because all the men are portrayed as evil or stupid or useless. And then I was thinking, yeah, well, for many years, women have been portrayed as sexy and nothing else. Maybe stupid and fat. That seems to go hand in hand because obviously you can't be smart if you're fat. And then women have been saying, oh, we don't like this portrayal in movies, and I'm talking generalizations now, obviously. Still, women have then been saying, oh, we don't like this generalization of our gender or this portrayal in movies. And then men have said, well, fuck it, this is what we want to watch. If you want to watch something else, then make it yourself. And then women did. So they made Maleficent, they made Frozen, they made other movies, and all of a sudden there's a lot of men being very, very upset that the movies aren't what they want to see. Well, no shit. And what's even funnier is, if you look at most movies where women, generalization, have complained about how females are portrayed, they don't even talk in these movies, or there's like one woman and all she does is talk to men, or there's a name for this test. Well, it's not so much a test, it's like a criteria to pass, and most movies don't, whereas in both Frozen and Maleficent, men actually talk to each other. They have scenes without women. Maleficent doesn't so much talk about other things than women, which I guess would be the opposite of talking about something other than a man. And they still do, though. And, yeah. So, how is it so upsetting that there's now, like, 2 movies that have women as main characters? Oh, yeah. Brave as well had it. And Brave got hit pretty hard by these meninist people because, oh, all the men in them are absolutely useless. Yes, they are. Just like women have been for the past, way too long. Not that it's a revenge thing. I don't think it's a revenge thing. I think that perhaps it interests women to look at women being, useful and good. And even if it sounds a bit silly, I think people like, maybe not role models, but to be inspired by people who are sort of like themselves. Because I know when I was little, there were no real female role models. What there was a chick called White Star in a movie. And she had huge tits, and she walked around in a bikini through the entire movie, basically. And then she had a bunch of friends, and they also had huge tits and walked around in a bikini all through the movie. Until I was about 19 or something, I was convinced that every woman ever, in the world, ever, would one day grow up to be stereotypically attractive and have huge tits. Because the only women I ever saw... No, that's not true. I mean, I met real, normal people, but the people I saw, they were older, or they would have been beautiful at some point. I really thought that happened to everyone. I was convinced. And then, apparently it didn't. I mean, I'm awesome and magnificent, but I'm not stereotypically beautiful, and I'm okay with that. But it was still a bit of a shock that, wow, that doesn't actually happen to everyone. As far as female role models go, I had to invent one. And that was a horse. And... sorry. And once I had invented her, she was a big, strong horse. She was like, defended the pack against wolves and stuff. Once I had invented her, my friends, and we were like 6 years old. Once I had invented that horse, my friends said, oh, but no, you can't play as that horse because you're a girl, and girls aren't big and strong. They are small and weak and need protection from the boys. This was the idea that 6-year-old girls and 6-year-old boys had. That women are small and weak and they need protection from the men. lots of ranting there just from talking about The Martian, which was an awesome movie. He grew potatoes. Potatoes fucking work. Yeah. Yeah. I wish I could say any of it was done now. I really do wish I could say that. But nothing's done. There's still wood. There's still no boxes. There's still no car. My brother, who's supposed to fix the broken car, is off doing something. And feeling slightly frustrated and mildly annoyed by everything right now. But I'm sure that'll pass. And then everything will be great. I hope. Maybe. It's the car. And still no boxes, but it's Sunday, so I'm not that surprised. I'm actually pretty happy because that means I might have a car to drive for tomorrow, which is nice. The wood, I don't understand this. This is magical. This is absolutely magical. There was such a tiny little pile left. I was like, yeah, we can fit another 5 wheelbarrows inside the house in the basement. And another car load in the shed. But there's still as much left even after doing that. I don't understand. And now I've actually run out of places to put it. Like, for real. And I still have another wheelbarrow full waiting, and another car load, like, I don't know, I'm too lazy to turn around and check, but I think you saw that, maybe. And there's still this little pile, and I have no idea where to put that now. This isn't just, I don't know, set it on fire and hope it goes away. I would love that. And then I have sort of been suggested slightly that I maybe might get a kebab roll when my brother comes back, and I really hope so, because I want a kebab roll. I love kebab roll. Swedish kebab rolls are so different from, first, the French ones are horrible in any and all comparisons. They're and then the Irish ones are decent, but they have nothing on the Swedish kebab rolls, and I might have one today, and that's gonna be awesome. Yep, night falls. Not that it gets any darker or anything. As I said, we've run out of space to put the wood, so I'm not really sure what to do right now. I've just put the tarp things over them, and that's about it for now. We might have found a car, find? We might have found a car, though. We're gonna see if we're gonna look at it tomorrow, maybe? It's about €450. Red Saab. And I like Saab. They're nice cars. And they're a bit like tanks, which is good. If you hit a reindeer, you don't die. I look forward to this. We've also eaten. We've eaten spare ribs and potatoes and sauce. And it was delicious, but I'm so full that I think that I'm going to die. All the work I do here, I just void it right away by eating delicious food. It's fantastic living up here, I have to say. And I spoke to Alex, who has shaved. And he looked so adorable that I missed him so much. So I think, like, anyone watching this should secretly buy Alex a plane ticket to come to Sweden and say hi to me, because I actually miss him and I love him. Something along those lines. Now I'm gonna go watch stupid YouTube shows about car modifications, then I'm probably gonna sleep, and that's about it. Yeah. Have a nice evening, everyone.